Hello again, my name's Mr. Tin and welcome to Storytime. Today's book is written and illustrated by Quentin Blake and is called Miss Armitage, Queen of the Road. One morning, Miss Armitage came downstairs and found a letter on the mat. She read it to her faithful dog, Breakspear, and it said, "Dear Anastasia, because I'm buying a new motorcycle, I shall not need my old car anymore. I would like you to have it as a present. It is in the street outside. Here are the keys. With love from your Uncle Cosmo." There was the car. "It doesn't look very exciting, Breakspear," said Mrs. Armitage, "but we'll give it a try." They climbed into the car and off they went. They had not been going long when they went over a big hole in the road. Bing boing dang boing. All the hubcaps fell off. Miss Armitage got out to look at the damage. "Hubcaps," she said, "who needs them?" And she took them off to the scrap heap and on they went. But as they were going around the corner by the vinegar works, scrunch! The mudguard was ruined. Miss Armitage got out of the car to look at the damage. "Mudguards," she said, "who needs them?" And she took them off to the scrap heap and on they went. They were backing out of the scrapyard when, scrang! The front bumper had caught on an old bedstead. Miss Armitage got out to look at the damage. "Bumpers," she said, "who needs them?" And she threw the bumpers onto the scrap heap and drove away. They were on their way past the supermarket when a lorry backed into the street. Scrunch! Right into the bonnet. Miss Armitage got out to look at the damage. "The bonnet," she said, "who needs it?" And she took it off to the scrap heap and on they went. There was quite a traffic jam beside the new building site where the big crane was moving heavy blocks of concrete. To and fro it went, to and fro, up and down, when suddenly... crunch! Miss Armitage got out to look at the damage. "A roof," she said, "who needs it?" And she took it off to the scrap heap and on they went. "Breakspear," said Mrs. Armitage, "I think it is time for us to get out of this town." They went down a side road into the country. All about them were trees and the birds were singing. "Breakspear," said Mrs. Armitage, "this is blissful." But the road got bumpier and bumpier. Ba-ding, ba-doing, ba-dang, ba-doing, ka-lunk. All the doors fell off, and the boot as well. Mrs. Armitage got out to look at the damage. "All this stuff, Breakspear," she said, "who needs it? Let's throw it all on the scrap heap and be on our way." But at that moment there was a roar. It was Uncle Cosmo on his new bike. His friends were there too, Gizzy and Lulu, Ferdinando and Smudge. They were out for a day's drive. They all gathered round to look at Mrs. Armitage's machine. "Whoa," said Gizzy, "where did you get it? It's fantastic." "We're off to the Crazies at Cafe for a game of billiards and a can of banana fizz," said Uncle Cosmo. "You must come too." "But first, have this leather jacket," said Smudge. "I've grown too big to wear it." "And you must each have a collar," said Lulu. "I don't need all three." "And have one on my bendy ma," said Gizzy. "We don't need both of them." "Let me give you a motor horn," said Ferdinando. "I don't need all 5 of them." And it's always good to have a motor horn. Off they roared to the Crazy Duck Cafe, and out in front with the faithful dog Breakspear was Mrs. Armitage, Queen of the Road. Honk honk, honk honk. And here they are at the Crazy Duck Cafe. Well, I hope you had as much fun as I did. I look forward to seeing you again. Bye bye.